Whoa, guys, okay, look, alright. If I could sum this episode up in one word, it would be powerful. Because it's been a while since I've felt so many different emotions just by looking at one episode. The only other time, well, the last time this has happened was episode 1 of Attack on Titan. And for this anime to do this so early on, just on episode 2, is just amazing. I can already tell this is going to be it's going to either be my first or second favorite anime of this season. Let me say that Kagetane, I believe that's his name, you know, the guy that resembles Hisoka a lot, he is a fucking badass. He snuck in a room full of crowded people and he was sitting down chilling, legs up on the table, and no one noticed him somehow until he said something. I'm like, how in the fuck do you do that? And he says that he just walked right into the front door and killed people along the way. So this guy had to have come into the building, kill people, walk through the door, and sit down and have enough time to kick up his feet, and no one realized it. Now, either this guy is really smooth or really fucking fast. And his daughter is a badass initiator. She has 2 katana on her back. I think those are katana. I'm not the biggest sword nerd. But anyway, she looks badass. She even wants to cut Rentaro down at like the very first time she sees him, and she gets pissed when her dad says no. And by the way, having a daughter that's an initiator seems a little bit too OP, because your relationship and your bond is already going to be up there. But I just hated the fact that the cursed children are being discriminated against. Like that, the first scene when Rentaro met with, I forgot his name, the guy with the cool bandana over his mouth. He called his initiator a tool, and she even said she was hungry, which probably means that he's doing the bare minimum to keep her alive. And that disgusting scene when the other cursed child came up to Inju asking for help, and she got pissed. She really wanted to help her out, and Rentaro followed her, and the police shot the girl in the head twice. I'm like, come the fuck on, man. Even if you have this image of these little girls being monsters, they're still little girls. They bleed and, talk and laugh just like any other little girl. And do you know how heartless you have to be to sit there and look at a young female in her face and shoot her in the head and then laugh about it? I'm like, what the fuck? I really hope they get owned sometime in this anime. But that whole scene really, really got to me, man. It's just so sad to see humans, the species that we are, behave like that. Shooting a little girl in the head twice and then just leaving her there, that's fucked up. But Kagetane is watching Rentaro all the time, obviously, because when he's confronted in the alley, he says some things that suggest that he knows exactly what Rentaro was doing. And that small snippet, that small little clash that we got between Inju and Kagetane's daughter, I forget her name, was epic. They both seem badass. Even Inju says she's not sure if she's going to be able to fight her. But just how she came out of the shadows with the red eyes, about to cut off Rentaro's arm, saying, if you don't stay still, I'll cut your fucking head off. I'm like, this 100% has to be a foreshadowing of a fight between all 4 of them, actually. And just the fact that Kagetane's insides have been replaced with Vibranium, I believe that's the name of the metal, or whatever. The Vibranium objects, that's why he has all these awesome powers. When he shot back those bullets at everyone, they had to have been floating there for at least a good minute. And for him to have enough force and enough power in him to shoot every single bullet back at the force of a real gun, this guy is nothing to be fucked with. I doubt we've even seen the tip of his amazing power yet. So I think it's safe to say that this guy is the big dick of this anime, because Kagetane is a fucking beast. I love this villain already. But we did get some other interesting information, like Rentaro's stepfather is the modern day looking Gandalf guy, and that he and the other girl, gosh, I'm not good with names early on, but he and the other girl are like stepbrother and sister. So I'm hoping this will not be like a recently my sister is unusual kind of thing when they end up fucking at the end. But just the fact that Kagetane asked Rentaro to join him, that says a lot. He must see a lot of potential in Rentaro, because this guy, he doesn't need any partners. Did you see what the fuck that guy did in a room full of badasses and other initiators. He does not need any help from anyone. But I do think it was really low down and dirty that he snitched to the school and everyone found out that Inju was a cursed child, and it just really sucks, man, because I'm pretty sure that all of her friends looked at her weird. They all backed off from her, and as we can see from the past few episodes, she does have some friends at school, so I know that had to have been really hard on her. But I really did like the scene at the end when Rintaro was remembering like when they first met, and he started yelling at the elder, and she was back there listening in the background. She was smiling, but yet she was crying. She was smiling because she was listening to what he was saying, and that really got to her, but she was crying because she knows that if she sticks around and now everyone knows that she's a cursed child, then, you know, things will be difficult on Rintaro, and she wants to prevent that because obviously she's in love with this guy. So, I mean, that's what I'm getting out of it anyway. That's why she hid back there, in my opinion. So that's very considerate on her part, but they are a team, and I don't think that there's going to be any other initiator coming on his side because they are meant to be together, at least in like the partner sense and the friend sense, because they are awesome together. They are hilarious. They have fun together. But Kagetane is by far my favorite new villain out of every anime this season. Every single anime this season that I've watched anyway, he is up there. That dude is so badass, so smooth. There's a sense of mystery about him because we don't see his face. I wouldn't be surprised if some crazy shit happened and it turned out to be Rintaro's dad or something. That would be fucking crazy. Because Kagetane did say that his insides were replaced with Veranium, so this either means that he was like fucked up really badly to the point where they had to perform surgery and decided to experiment on him, or he was a voluntary experiment. So it is very possible that Rintaro's father did get hurt all those years ago and someone came across his body and just experimented on him, and you know, here goes Kagetane. Because he did say that his parents died then, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually his father. But this is a crazy out there theory. But man, I'm really digging this anime. There is not a dull moment. This anime is gorgeous, delicious, scrumdiddly-umptious. Any positive word you could think of, that's what this anime is. But anyway, tell me what you guys thought about this awesome episode. If you're not watching Black Bullet, you definitely should. Anyway, tell me what you guys thought. This is JB the Chia. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.